Heat 3A, 4 boats sent on to Mission Bay. Mike Weber taking a turn in lane 1 in the U10 M-Core. Next to him, Terry Troxel in the U2 Trend West. Then out to Dave Villwock and Miss Budweiser in lane 3, and Mitch Evans in the new Lumar window film, subbing for his brother. Mark's sponsor with the U3 Piston Power out in lane 4. At the start, it looked like it was close to being a gun-jumping situation to the naked eye. And when the officials got back to us with the word that was the case exactly, the 2 leaders over the line too soon. So Dave Villwock and Mitch Evans, who appeared to be battling for the lead, were actually racing for 3rd and 4th. That meant that Mike Weber in the U10 M-Core, running 3rd on the water, was actually 1st. So a 40-point victory for Mike Weber and the M-Core. This is the way the Bud scoreboard looked when it was all sorted out after Heat 3A, and Mike Weber talked to our Chris McClure.
Well, Steve, I'm not going to stand down here and try and sell anybody a bill of goods. It is the backup boat. It is not the fastest one in San Diego. But the fact of the matter is, in the last 2 heats, Mike has picked up 70 points with a 2nd and a 1st. And that says something about paying attention to your own business and getting the job done.
Well, you got to play the card you got, and we got what we got. And sure, we'd like to have the other boat here. We'd like to be going a lot faster, and we like to be beating guys' heads up. But you know, we're just going to do all we can do and get good starts and try and stay clean, stay out of the salt. And, you know, those guys were pretty well over on the line, and I thought we were in a good spot. And so we just took care of business.
3B has taken to the briny deep. Mike Hansen in the U9, Miss Sun Harbor Mortgage, has been assigned lane 1. Mitch Evans and the Lumar window film, the red Lumar, U3, will be in lane 2. J.W. Myers and the red, white, and blue Vons presents American Pride out in lane 3. And Terry Troxel in the U2 Trent West, winding up his 1st season in a brand new boat, assigned lane 4. For Mike Hansen, simply the continuation of an absolutely outstanding day here on Mission Bay, taking the Miss Sun Harbor Mortgage to the lead in lane 1, the 1st lap, and never looking back. In fact, the field would settle in with J.W. Myers running 2nd, Mitch Evans 3rd, and Terry Troxel 4th, and they would remain that way for the entire 3 laps. Mike Hansen explained to Chris McClure how things are going with the U9.
Well, Steve, we talked about it. One of the orders of business today was to get 2nd in national high points, and that's just been accomplished. And I know you feel good about that. You were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, we to beat that red boat, congratulations on the national championship. We just don't have the funds or the resources to go do it. We sure like to try on a daily basis, but we can't quite get it done. But the way the race format is, you have to run hard every time, and it's cost us some equipment up and down the beach. But you know, to get 2nd place, it's a low man's national championship as far as I'm concerned.
Well, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention the fact you're the defending champion in this event. But now you go in there with nothing to think about except winning a final.
Yeah, it was real good to be able to put that away before the final. I mean, now we can let it go hang out. Lori, if I bring it back in one piece, great. This is our owner, Lori Jones. And we couldn't do it without her and her husband, Mike.
Congratulations to you, too. It's been a nice year.
Great. Thank you very much. I'm really proud of him. He's an awesome driver.
We'll see you all in the final.
All right. Sun Harbor, yeah.
Well, the banner tells the story. The event not yet completed here in San Diego, but the Aduls National High Point Championship has been decided. Notable, not because it's the team's 23rd or driver Dave Villwock's 7th, but Joe Little, new owner of the race team, has his 1st. Now, your dad had 22, but he had to start somewhere.
Exactly. It took him a long time to earn what he did, and obviously with a great team of boat drivers, great team of crew, to did what he did all the years, 22 times. Just proud to be here in San Diego to clinch the 23rd for him. And I know, as Dave does and the rest of the crew, he's watching every second of what we do. And we kind of set our standards on the way he left us and what he taught us. So happy to be here, happy to have a championship under the belt, and look forward to many more.
Quite a few of your dad's 22 came easier than this one. They threw a lot at you this year.
Well, it's always, you know, when competition, you're competitive, you got these boats, the water, all the elements, it's always tough. But Dave and the Budweiser team did a great job to pull it through. Being consistent and have a quality boat and quality people is what it's all about.
David, different owner, not that much different than the old one, is it?
Well, like I say, there was a lot of adversity, really, and Joe handled all of that well, and you know, helped us work together and helped us, you know, stay focused. And you know, the 7 sounds good to me. You know, there's a great champion, a guy I admire, Dale Earnhardt. He was a 7-time champion, and so if I can get 7 of them things, that's a good day's work.
So now, one heat of racing left in the 2003 season. The final heat from San Diego when we come back. Suites, some very, very cushy viewing, waterfront property here on Mission Bay. We are ready for the running of the final heat of the Washington Mutual Thunderboat Regatta, final event of the 2003 Budweiser Unlimited Hydroplane Series. The decision has been made that the lanes will not be assigned. It will be a battle for lanes. Now, this means that all 6 drivers are free to get the inside if they can. Here in salt water, it is doubly important that you stay out of everyone else's rooster tail. It's been a bit of a job. Congratulations to the Hydroprop officials for getting the entire 6-boat fleet this far. They are all up and running and healthy as we prepare for the final heat. Now, Chris McClure, it's going to get wild well before the start as we battle for lanes. Nothing assigned. Now you have to battle for lanes. Get yourself a good one before you pass the score-up boy. Arrive at start-finish exactly as the clock ticks down to 0. If you can do all that, you got a chance at the trophy here.
6 boats up and on plane on the U100. The Vans American Pride with J.W. Myers. They have a fresh motor in there, and they've had a lot of boat speed. They've struggled a little bit through the weekend, but the last heat in the preliminaries, they averaged 145 miles an hour, then went to what they called their good motor. They have plenty of boat speed in order to be a contender in this event. The Budweiser has a prop combination that should handle rougher water as the 5-lap final goes on. They've stayed with the same motor here all day and frankly have limited laps on it, so that shouldn't be much of a problem. The Trend West, Terry Troxel, they did swap motors since the last time they ran one of the heats in the U2. They think they've made progress in the R&D on that relatively new hull this weekend. They're feeling much better about redesign and some of the tweaks they'll do over the winter. Whether there can be a contender in this final is anybody's guess. Probably an outside shot. Mitch Evans in the piston-powered U3 has the same motor that won the Gold Cup in Detroit, the same motor that won at Evansville to start the season. They call it Thumper. It is their best power plant, and they're going with it again here today. Mike Weber, prop combo adjustments in the in-between period since the last heat they ran, but they are with the motor that's been used earlier today. And also Mike Hansen. They have had 2 different props on that boat today to win 3 consecutive heats and gather in 120 points already. So they have a very good speed prop combination, and they're probably, in fact they are, in my estimation, the favorite for this final.
Mike Hansen, who has had such a good weekend here, is going to be out in lane 3 now as the battle for lanes has settled into the way it looks right now. Terry Troxel moved up very early in the U2 Trend West and managed to secure lane 1. Dave Bilwalk parked beside him in Miss Budweiser in lane 2. Mike Hansen then in lane 3 in the white U9 Sun Harbor Mortgage. Mitch Evans is in lane 4 with his piston-powered U3 Lumar window film. Mike Weber is out in lane 5 in the U10 Miss M-Core. At this point, J.W. Myers trailing the field in the U100. Vons presents American Pride. He may try to find a hole and come up through there now. Now Dave Bilwalk decides that Mike Hansen is a little too early. He's going to slow down
considerably. In turn number 2, we have the lead boat U9 going way wide is Weber.
Chris, I have never heard anything like this. A 1-lap penalty has been assessed on everyone but J.W. Myers. Something to do with the score-up boy. We'll get more on that, but if that stands, it means that right now J.W. is a lap ahead of the field as they start this race. Is that correct? The entire field is a lap back right now. All J.W., he's been told he's slowing. Oh, he's got a flame out aboard the U100.
So he was faced with only running 5 laps, the rest of them faced with running 6, and now he's got to get the boat back up. He still has a chance to get across the line and be in the lead. Meantime, they've all stormed the line and gone into turn 1. The O'Doul's eye in the sky, you can see them there as they come off turn number 2, kind of spread out. Now there are 3 of them, 4 wide as they come onto the back straightaway. I do believe the Budweiser got the line and into turn number 1 and has the lead in the early going, but the Trend West is in a real good position on the inside as well. And here comes Mitch Evans up the outside. Weber's also on that straightaway.
Oh, Terry is flying the Trend West into the turn. He gets it very high, settles it down again. Mitch Evans actually running second on the outside. All J.W. Myers had to do was keep running. He was given a lap advantage at the start, and now the field is coming by him and taking away his advantage. Hopefully, they all will see him okay. They appear to so far. We have a great race out front between Terry Troxel and the Trend West and Mitch Evans in the U3 with piston power. Something happened to Mike Hansen at the start. The U9 is just coming by the pit area and coming down to start. Now they come off the turn. Terry Troxel on the inside doing a great job keeping the Trend West out front, but here comes Mitch Evans. Piston power up the backstretch right beside the leader, and these two are in a drag race down the backstretch for the lead here on lap 3. Mitch Evans with a bit of an advantage now as they get to the turn, and he has overtaken Terry Troxel and the Trend West. We have a new leader.
Mitch Evans in the U3, the piston-powered machine. They're together and side by side on the straightaway. We'll see where they stand about a quarter of a mile from here. Walking it sponson for sponson down the straight is the Trend West.
Dave Villwock comes through in third place. The two red boats nearly identical when they are 2 miles away down the race course. Now, Mitch Evans in the U3 is leading Terry Troxel in the Trend West. He has been very strong. He was the Gold Cup winner just a couple of weeks ago, and now, after 2 laps here in the final heat on Mission Bay, he is the leader as they go into turn 1 for the 3rd time.
And the U9 of Mike Hansen may be lapped before they get back to the stripe again. He had to have gotten washed down and be dealing with salt in that engine compartment. He just hasn't been able to get it up to speed in what was such a perfect and most promising day, the defending champion in this event. Meantime, onto the straightaway, it is Thumper driving Mitch Evans down that stretch of 5,000 feet into turn number 2, 3rd trip around for them. I think they all have to still run 3 more laps after this one, but Thumper is doing its work. I talked to the team in between when they were putting the motor in. I said, which one is that? And they said, what do you think? I said, Thumper. And they said, do you see a trend here?
Now we have a race developing back here for what is 2nd place. An incredible turn of events at the start of this race as all the boats arrive at the score-up buoy on the backstretch too early, except for J.W. Myers in the U100. He was laying back. He knew they were too early. The rookie making a great decision, but he got into some salt spray back there, and it ended his opportunity. He would have had a 1-lap lead at the start. Instead, he went dead in the water. Now it's Mitch Evans with piston power, not affected nearly as much by saltwater spray, and it hasn't been a problem as he is coming up behind slower boats now. As he comes out of the first turn, Mitch Evans in the U3 going by Mike Hansen, who has been outstanding all weekend and has had some problems here in the final heat.
Hansen stayed down to the inside through that corner. Evans took the wide way around and had plenty of room, and he is still at full song with the thunder of that piston power driving the boat through the corner. They've been in the mid-140s in terms of average speed. The Budweiser is closing ground on Mitch Evans. It's a boat race forming up at the front between the 2 red boats, if you will.
It looks like the Gold Cup in Detroit all over again with Villwock in pursuit of the piston boat, unable to catch him, but hoping something will cough there. A lot of moving parts, a lot of pieces going different directions in the engine room of the piston boat, but Mitch Evans looking perfect so far. We're going to watch the flags because we do have a penalty situation. We aren't sure exactly which lap will be number 4 and number 5. The entire field assessed a penalty lap. I don't believe we've seen that before in recent years anyway. And what a heartbreaker for J.W. Myers, who can only watch and think about what could have been. Down the backstretch one more time. Piston power taking him up to about 200 miles per hour. Mitch Evans in the U3. Lumar window film into the SeaWorld turn.
Halfway through the corner, he's on the exit pin, and Budweiser is in the corner now. He had been gaining ground. Dave Villwock had been gaining some ground, but this last lap, he's got nothing back.
And that is it. That is the checkered flag for Mitch Evans. Piston Power is going to win 3 events in the 2003 racing season. They won the opener in Evansville. They won the Gold Cup in Detroit, and now they're going to close it with a victory here. A lot of speculation since last year at this event when this boat looked so strong as to what kind of a season it could have, and now the answer is available. Mitch Evans and the U3, racing with his brother's sponsor, Lumar Window Film, wins the Washington Mutual Thunderbolt Regatta here on Mission Bay in San Diego. Second place will go to Dave Villwock, who earlier today sewed up the O'Doul's National High Point Championship for Budweiser. The Bud Racing team, owner Joe Little, the new owner, stepping in for his father. It's Joe's first, the team's 23rd, Dave Villwock's 7th National Championship. Here's a look at our Budweiser scoreboard, the way they finished the event. The very, very big party begins in the U3 pit area. Let's go down to Chris McClure, who is with Ed Cooper Jr. and his driver, Mitch Evans.
Here he is, number 1. And you said just a second ago, Mitch, what a dogfight. I guess that describes the whole day.
Holy cow. We just had the ups and downs. We had it all, but we just kept digging and digging, you know. If it weren't people, Lumar people, Alberto, everybody that's helped out on this boat, it's just been absolutely fabulous. So what a pleasure for me to be able to get in this thing and go out and fight like that. It is truly tremendous.
Motor in there, they call it Thumper. It won at Evansville. It won a Gold Cup. It wins here. I guess Thumper speaks for itself, but that's a nice power plant right there.
It's just amazing. I mean, I knew this thing was going to be good when we started the development, but, you know, to have this thing run like it does, it's a race boat. This thing, it doesn't matter how rough it is, how beat up it is, it runs so fast, it's just incredible. I mean, it is a dream to drive, you know, and what a dream come true for this team and everybody that's helped us out.
Well done. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. It's been great.
We'll be back with more from the Washington Mutual Thunderbolt Regatta in San Diego right after this. So we bring down the curtain on the 2003 racing season for the Unlimited Hydroplanes. We had thrills and spills. Chris, we always have those. What we don't always have is 3 very popular victories for Piston Power.
And that was a welcome change in the fabric of the sport, I think. A lot of people on all of the beaches we visited throughout the summer were clapping for that result. Not because it was that team in particular, but because it gave a new twist to the entire thing. It gave it a new level of competition. 3 victories for Mitch Evans, a couple for the Budweiser, 1 for Mark Evans. It spread things around just like it has for the last several years in terms of the turbine competition. And it's nice when there are a lot of victories by different people because it really enhances the show. It makes it even more pleasing, perhaps more than it's been in a while.
Along the way, Dave Villwock drove Miss Budweiser to another O'Doul's National High Point Championship. His 7th as a driver. He got 1 with Fred Leland early on, and then 6 driving for Bernie Little. Now he has 1 for Joe Little, his first. I'm sure there will be more.
Oh, I think so. Budweiser's in for the long haul. We lost Bernie Little, but the family and the team maintained their resolve. They've been competitive. They've said all along they're going to stay, that Budweiser is committed. I choose to believe them, and I mean, they're a fixture in the sport. They can't go away.
So congratulations to our champion here at the Washington Mutual Thunderbolt Regatta in San Diego, Mitch Evans, and his owner Ed Cooper out of Evansville, Indiana. Congratulations again to the Budweiser racing team on the O'Doul's National High Point Championship. For Chris McClure, I'm Steve Montgomery saying so long from San Diego.